Reflect a little bit back on spring ball. I've been happy with our progress. We certainly have a long way to go, but I think our coaches have done a really nice job of our teaching, of our new schemes. The players have worked really hard in learning them, worked really hard on their technique and fundamentals, and we've had some, really good competition during practice. The scrimmages have been very physical. I think we've done a nice job of last Saturday offensively with the playmakers making plays, and we've made great progress, but we have a long way to go. Tomorrow night we're looking forward to getting out in the stadium. The ones are tired of hitting each other, so we're going to play the ones together versus the twos and make it as much game-like as we can, particularly the first half. It'll be a normal game, normal clock in the first half, and our numbers are down a little bit, so we'll see, the second half will probably run the clock and be a lot shorter. But I'm looking forward to seeing how we do everything, like from this point on. Our preparation, our walkthroughs, how we conduct ourselves in the locker room before the game. We'll go through a pregame meal. So everything that we do from now till the end of the spring game will be important to us to just work on getting into the routine that we'll have for a normal game.
Bobby, before spring started, you said you wanted to see if you guys had how they competed. Do you feel like now that it's wrapping up, you have a bunch of competitors?
I do. I've been happy with the competition for positions. Guys going in the meeting room and learning the offense, going out and competing and working to move up in the depth or keep my spot on the depth chart. And then the competition back and forth between offense and defense has been very competitive and very physical. So it's been a good spring in that sense.
Bobby, what kind of things offensively will you like to show the fans on tomorrow night?
Well, we're going to not do a whole lot on scheme. That's not really going to be the most important thing to us tomorrow night. It's just executing our base offense, our base plays, and getting back on time in our passing game, getting the quarterback back, getting the ball out of his hand on time, getting the receivers at exactly the right spots that they're supposed to be at, and then be physical in the run game. So I think that'll be what we're looking for.
Whenever you take over a new job and you've done it before, like you said before, you have to learn the kids. You were recruiting, you didn't know the kids, so this gives you familiarity now with what you have. You obviously see holes now. I mean, will you then move guys around a little, or do you think you're kind of set? I mean, will you see places where you need to maybe recruit for next year and move the holes?
That was one of the things that we decided during recruiting was to keep some initial scholarships left in our pocket. So we went out and practiced in spring ball and saw what our needs are and how we have an opportunity still to fill a couple of those needs. On the defense, I feel real good about our front seven. I think we're going to be good interior. I think our linebackers are going to, be able to play the way we want to play, and they're very physical and fast. And we have some really good length on the edges, and that's without Lorenzo out there. So, him getting back there will help us, and without Keith out there, when he gets back, I feel like that, that's like two great signees right there. Mm-hmm. We're a little bit concerned with our depth in the secondary and the inexperience at safety, so that's an area where we've got to continue to work hard and get better. Offensively, when you look at it, our depth on the offensive line is concerning to us. I feel good about our first offensive line group, and I think there'll be more competition for it, hopefully in the fall. And then we got to play good at quarterback. He's getting better. His decision making is improved. His accuracy is improved. I think that's the one thing that showed up last Saturday is we made more plays, more run after catch, and some of that was to do with we're more accurate with our passes.
Will you interested to see? I mean, how he reacts tomorrow night to a crowd. I mean, the situation of being the guy. It's only the spring game, but still, it's a big crowd out there.
It's a good experience for him. There's no question about it. Everything that we've done, he's continued to work hard and get better. He's a very hard worker. He's got a great attitude and a natural leader. So we just have to get him in the situations that he's going to see in a game so that it's somewhat familiar to him.
How many positions are still being competed for first team in your mind?
I mean, really all of them. You know, when you look at it, they all are. You know, when you go through into August, you kind of start all over and it is open. Obviously, there's a lot of players that have started, have experience, that, you know, probably have theirs locked down. But we want to keep it open, competition, and continue to get better.
As a practical matter, would you expect many changes between now and the opener?
It's a good question. You know, it's something that we'll just have to wait and see.
What happened with Jermaine? He required surgery. What's his timetable for getting back?
With who?
Jermaine Reed.
He injured his knee, so he had a knee injury in practice, and he'll be out for some time.
You did have quite a few guys that were banged up a little bit. I mean, that's another part of the fall that you'll get to see those guys for a lot of those guys for the first time.
Yeah, I mean, when we got here, there was a number of surgeries. We had a lot of guys that had shoulder surgeries, a couple with knee that we haven't got to see at all. So that's kind of why our numbers have been down. We haven't been able to take as many reps as we would like to in scrimmages because we're basically, you know, only working with 2 groups. You like to have a 3rd group in there so you get more reps. And, you know, but with our numbers right now, we couldn't